Hey everyone, welcome to episode 91 of All This Science, the science podcast that describes one science concept in 5 minutes or your money back. Today I'm talking about science education. I'm going to use my 27 years of experience as a science teacher to talk mostly to teachers, but students, you can learn some stuff here too, about how to efficiently mark tests and assignments. And I'm focusing mostly on high school science teachers. Okay? You can spend so much time marking that it seems that there's no time for anything else. Here's some tips so you don't spend so much time wasting time. You don't have to take in everything for marks. If that's the only way to motivate a student, you got to find another way. At least say something like, this assignment isn't for marks, but at least one of the questions is going to appear on the test. Then lie and don't put in any of the questions. No JK, hashtag not JK. Put it in, okay? 2, make lots of the quizzes multiple choice. A well-worded multiple choice question can teach more than just the knowledge section of Bloom's taxonomy or Gray's Anatomy or whatever it's called nowadays. And then use the machines you have available. We have these old school Scantron bubble sheets that you feed through. Nowadays there's ones that use a cell phone to scan them in, and there's even online ways to create quizzes. There's lots of them, neat ways that you can do that, and you can scramble the quizzes to prevent cheating. Use all that. If you don't have all that at your disposal, then mark the quizzes together in class. Reduce the time needed for you to mark it, because you're going to burn out if every night you're marking quizzes. Joke around, reduce the tension. If there's a kid who really doesn't want his quiz marked by some other student, then obviously you mark it. But usually for grade 11 and grade 12, the older students that I teach for the most part, they aren't concerned about that. Number 4, don't give out half marks or third marks or quarter marks or stretch marks for that matter. Why make your marking scheme more complicated? If a question is out of 2 points, give 1 point for showing the work and 1 point for the correct answer. If they just give the correct answer but don't show any work, give them the full points. If they don't get the correct answer and don't show work in any way that you can understand it, then give them nothing. Okay? And continue on. Number 5. Make your tests and quizzes out of nice numbers. 25, 50, 10, 100. Why make a test out of 17 points? When the kid gets it back, he's just going to spend all this time trying to calculate what the percentage is. And your spreadsheets, your grade machines, your Google Sheets will have cell width so long because they're going to be repeating decimals, and that's just a waste. Also, it's easier for you when you recheck the marks if the total is a nice number. By the way, put the final mark on the last page of the test so that when you're handing them back, other kids aren't looky-looing around at their friends. What you get? That's sort of annoying. Tell the students to put, this is number 6, tell the students to put pretty little boxes around their final answer. It makes it easier for you to mark, and it helps the students check that they put in units, scientific notation, and that their answers make physical sense. I've had a student tell me that a carbon atom has a mass of 1.67 by 10 to the 27th kilograms. Talk about a large carbon footprint. I thank you. Number 7, for the written responses on tests, mark all the written response questions for a given student. Then go to the next student and mark all of his or her responses. Then the next, etc. Don't do it page by page or question by question. It is a soul-destroying process to do that. I know you think you're going to be more consistent, but once you get in a groove, what's a big deal, a half mark here or there? Oh no, don't give out half marks. You've got 90 papers to mark. You don't want to be reminded of the crappy job that one kid's doing because they went to Calgary to get a graduation tuxedo or something, and they missed 3 weeks of your class and have to keep being reminded each time. So mark an entire student's marks first and then go on to the next one. Okay, I'm going to go more than 5 minutes, but this is important, so bear with me. Number 8, Don't write notes on the test or quiz papers. Don't correct their work. Let them correct it. Just put a red slash where they were wrong. It is a colossal time waster to fix each question. When you hand back the test, you give the kids a chance to look at them and never talk before you hand back the test. Just hand them back. They aren't listening to a word you're saying until they get the test back. Then let them compare their test with others, calculate their average, do a few selected questions, and if there's still more work, well, once a week have an either extra help session at lunch or before school or after school. Okay? By the way, don't make your marking scheme secret. I say in the syllabus, okay, your assignments are worth 10%, the tests are worth 90%, okay? And have the students churn out the mark. You don't have to keep posting their marks, progress reports every week. You know how to mark it. You tell the kids how. If they don't understand what a weighted average is, then they shouldn't be taking chemistry anyways, right? They won't be able to calculate isotopes, okay? They can use Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets or some other program. And tell them to keep track of all their grades. Then it's them earning their marks. You aren't giving them their marks. So the responsibility is on them to improve. It's on them to get better. Okay? That's also good with parents. Tell the parents, well, your kid should be keeping mark. You know, I know there's programs out there where you end up showing the marks to the students, to the parents. The parents can log in and check how their kid's doing. Well, maybe the parents can talk to their kids. Maybe that's a better way. I'm not against the other process, but maybe once in a while, just kids, talk with your parents. Number 9, don't mark in a group. Don't mark with a bunch of other teachers. That's the worst thing because all it takes is one teacher to get off topic. Hey, did you see that World Cup soccer game the other day? And everyone's off topic and it's not good. And don't second guess yourself. Don't try to read the mind of a kid. You don't know what that kid's thinking. It's very dangerous to try to read the mind of a teenager. You can only go by what that student has written. Okay? No food. Don't use food as a little reward, right? You don't know where those papers have been before they've been handed in to you, okay? Also with allergies, you don't have any food around you when you're marking. Don't use that as a reward. Just mark. If you want music, fine, but don't have that distract. Just mark this stuff. Don't use the internet either. Unless, of course, you're listening to All This Science. That's it. I may have more teaching tips in the future. I enjoyed this one. I hope you did too. If you have some about marking, let me know. Email me, allthisscience@gmail.com, or send me a tweet @allthisscience. Thank you. Enjoy your marking.